YouTube. Just my usual, try to do this quickly, and the quicker I try and do it, the longer it actually takes. Come on. Why are you not? Where's the thing to pop the chat out? Come on. Almost there. It was designed to offer me some helpful thing that I had to close down, so now I do that. I should be getting quicker at this. Something like that. Hey, Victory House! Hey, Stevie Zero! I actually saw my fresher earlier on. Well, my Shocking Bird was a fresher Les Paul neck. Yeah, come on. Right, got everything on. Top chat. Live chat. Yay, now pick up a guitar. And that's the 8 o'clock. Hey, YouTube. Whew, that took a wee bit of a while. Oh, so, you're loving your Martin? Yeah, I can imagine. Hey, Daniel, how's it going? Hey, Alex, how's it going? Hey, Sloaney. I've decided to do the sensible thing, and I'm treating myself, well, I don't know how sensible it is to treat myself to a small can of Rockstar, but I'm having that instead of Bucky. Oh. Hey, Ben! Hi. Who's not going to sleep tonight? I can't tell you that, Kit Kats, it's top secret. Hey, GB Radio Hotel California. Jesus, no, actually I can't, because I played Take It Easy one time before an acoustic, and it's the only time I've ever actually been copyright strucken, as in you're not allowed to put the video out at all because the Eagles don't want you to. So, no, I can't play Hotel California. I can play, what about a solo that's at all the notes at the right time, but it's different notes? I think everyone used to play Stevie, but is it not like a capo? Anyone who's got a 12 strings obviously played it as well. I mean, to be totally honest, I went right off the Eagles. I used to love that. Was it not the biggest selling album of all time? At one point, the greatest hits 74 to 75. I used to really like that. And then actually, I saw them probably around about 2000, something like that, maybe 2002 or something. And they were really boring until the second half when Joe Walsh came out and was amazing. No, the first thing you play is, well, you get it right. How can I not remember how you play? I'm sure definitely. I used to be able to play that. Every time I've ever got a 12 string, maybe it's because I'm not playing it on a 12 string. Yeah. It's supposed to be a bunch of horrible guys. I don't know if they all were. I think Joe Walsh is cool as fuck, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's maybe why he was drinking at the time. Well, the tuner says in tune. It must just be playing it wrong. away with anything on a Strat. Never trust anyone, doesn't like Joe Walsh. There you go. He's got a. I mean, he doesn't have. He's got some pure banging songs. I like him. I remember seeing him. I can't remember which two of them was it. Joe Walsh and Glenn Frey were on the One show, and it was like seeing as they had the Eagles on, like to do I don't know some tour promotion thing. It was the two of them. They're sitting like that, and then it was like yeah. So we've actually got an eagle. We've got 3 eagles here in the tour until they had like a guy with a golden eagle on a glove thing, like a falconer, well, an eagler or whatever they're called. And the two of them were just like, oh, and then Glenn Frey was pure into it. He was there for the second half, just talking about the eagle and how awesome eagles are. Yeah. Hey, Joey. Yeah, I think it's John Henley might be the one. Is he the drummer? If I could only reach you, if I could make you smile. Which is exactly the same as that Queen song. I don't know who was first. But the one I do like is, ooh. Oh, I've never remembered how to play. Well, stop trying to work that out. I'm sure I had it worked out at one point. Who's John Renburn? He sounds like an acoustic player. Is that you with your Taylor? Or is it your Martin? Sleazy Jet, oh, you've got your own. Sorry, it's not Sloaney Jet. I'm struggling to put Sabbath on a Strat. Mind you, that's what it could have been. Just such a little place. Pentago, that's I know. What's that album I've got called Basket of Light, which I've tried to listen to, but it's so scratchy. It sounds like the crowd, or it's like a Beatles crowd just going, but it's pure heavy vinyl, so it still plays, so I haven't thrown it out. Hey, Andy, King of Sabbath, how's it going? Heard Lion Eyes at the moment, but it's incredibly boring. You're learning it as Lion. Is that one of the ones that I remember my pal had when I first started playing the guitar, I'd maybe played for like a month playing acoustic, and my pal had the Eagles book, and it was Witchy Woman. And he was like up here just sitting there going, Jank, Jank, ooh, Jank. It was just like playing these wee half chords. I didn't enjoy it. Stevie, so you can play one of your new guitars while looking at the other one, and then, so I mean that's there's your reason for having 2 guitars. Heavy metal is yeah, so unfortunately what's happened is I've put Elixir strings on this guitar, and all the other guitars I've got don't have Elixir strings on them. There's a few, so I'm getting a wee bit over the top it's much nicer having nice strings on the guitar. Even if it's another guitar I brought through the telly, I refretted and I was playing it. It's just the difference of having strings that are a couple of months old and just on the way of going a wee bit rusty, and having nice new strings is the difference. You know, it does mean which of these two guitars is better. I don't know. You could sit and fight them out, but right now this one's got better strings on it, and it just is 20% better than that one. Cry every time I play, then have a cigarette and Jack Daniels after every song. Oh, I do have some booze. That's right. I figured if I get too far, I might just maybe if I put it there. Yeah, so I'll have a bottle of Jack Daniels if I can get my hand out the picture. You might be able. Yeah, it's not a big one. I can maybe use it as a slide. Got a granddaughter started the PGM Micro and a wee Marshall, but she wants to learn K-pop Demon Hunters. Well, I don't know what K-pop Demon Hunters is, but does it have like pure super cool baby metal type guitar in it, which quite a lot of that kind of thing sort of does have. But like samples, but still, I mean, why not? You can learn anything. That's what you did some. You've been learning the guitar because you were at a gig. So if you're at a gig, then that's better than actually playing. I've not been watching that Duck Orbits. Hey, Mr. Whitesnake, yeah. Unlike you, in fact, and you Kit Kats bastards only turned up to the gig, yes. Strat Sunday, no, you want what are the chances of being able to do that? Remember this one? Chance I used to be able to play. Yeah, okay, no, I can't remember how to play it. That was back in the days, but I used to have to work these things out just note by note, whereas now, because I can do all these stupid scales, I can play the notes in different orders and different patterns, but the same notes, and I can't remember the original one. Oh, God. Yeah, okay, I'll stop doing that. Just getting warmed up. I'm sure Sloney, you were exactly what I imagined. I'm sorry with that. I was recovering. Oh, Wilco Johnson. Actually, I was talking about, it was like completely fine, and it wasn't until I was on the bus yesterday going into that, or the day before, going into the gig, started feeling sort of strange. It's like, would it be buttock calluses developing or something like that? It was a strange feeling, not exactly pain, just a sort of weird sort of, I don't know if I ever really remember being able to feel the sort of, that part of my bum before. So yeah, should be fun anyway. Getting Star Spangled Banner. Yeah, there's one for you, right? So, Star Spangled Banner. Okay, I mean, okay, I'm not talking about the significance of the song to the Americans and all that, but is that something that should be on a greatest hits, great Jimi Hendrix album? It's not something I want to be listening to in the car. It's just I was thinking about because I've got a Jimi Hendrix greatest hits CD in the car, and I don't know. It's like it's kind of I can imagine having the rest of the album on, but just having that on it, it's not something I would enjoy listening to. I mean, I can say, okay, oh, it's amazing what he's done on the guitar, making all those noises with a fuzz pedal, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, that, but it's not what I listen to. A gel saddle. You can get a saddle on, you get like you get a lot of stuff on Temu. I don't know. Obviously, I went through the mad stage of looking at totally cool tyres for the bike, and you can get coloured tyres. I was thinking pure neon green tyres, but they're big knobbly things. I remember getting tyres called Farmer John's. Farmer Joe. I had two tyres and they didn't have two the same, so it was Farmer Joe and Farmer Joe's cousin, and they were like, the ones with the bit, they're like mud pluggers. And I remember going out on it and driving, and you could pure hear it, and it was like, and it was like amazing for going across like a rugby field or something, like a muddy field. But if you're just driving on the canal towpath, not really what you want. So the tyres that are on the bike are knobbly but bald, so I'll just leave it. So you've been road starring much this week, Mr. Whitesnake? Actually, I've not seen a video of your new your analog studio. Banhammer did that's Victor House. You get a. If I could award one of these point things, you would get one for that. I quite like that. I think did you not also work with what do you call him? Jeff Beck? I think it would be Jeff Hammer. Man, yes, yeah, no, I got even better than that one of you guys gave me a bike. This is even better. It's brilliant. And I was like turning into a wee kid. I was getting a bit silly, getting a bit scared. I got to the point even on my first ride when it got to a wee bit with 4 steps, and I just like and just bounced down them, and you're like dangerous. Get a little bit. But you could go the whole stream. Well, the thing is, was it download? Was it last year's download? I think it was last year's download. No, it was. Sorry. Yeah, it was last year's download, not 2 years ago's. But and I was walking about just when we were setting up. Everyone else was drunk and I was kind of sober, kind of just going for a walk, letting them fight about whose bag was what. And walking about, and folk kept laughing at me. And it wasn't until I realised that just folk you walk along and folk are just watching folk walking about and they're looking, and I kind of look over and they'd be like, "Oh," because they're obviously reading I think it's a great t-shirt. Well done, my wee brother got me that. Fantastic. Went to Loch Lomond in a rally chopper when I was about 12. Wow. I mean, I saw rally choppers. I mean, I remember them getting a wee bit of a boost in when Supergrass All Right Now was out. All Right Now, We Are Young. That song, We're All Right. Great. Hey, Ricky, soap hanger. I don't know how you do any of that stuff. I don't. That's one of those things you have to learn. I know the one that's a. I know. I don't know how to do that. Come on, spanner. The mountain bike I got for Christmas in '92 in my parents' garage is so tempted to store it. One of those mad discs. Oh, it's not a Muddy Fox, is it? I remember them. I always wanted a Muddy Fox at that point and used to get it, and it had like a big. The back wheel was basically a disc for aerodynamics going in a straight line, not for aerodynamics with wind coming from the side. Amazing. No, I nearly bought one at the car boot sale about the bike I got when I was 14. What'd you say when you were 92? And maybe a couple of years before that. Mine was a Rally Massif, which was like one that came out that year. Mountain bikes were only 2 or 3 years old, sort of thing. Mountain bikes were the in thing, and so I didn't get the first run. It was the second run, and it was called the Massif, and the SIS gears and all that, and it had a sort of, the paint job looked a bit like an Enya cover, and it was cool. And I think I actually eventually got stolen. But that was my bike for years, and that was the one I put the Farmer John tyres on. And at the car boot sale about 6 months ago, they had one of those bikes, and it was in really good condition, and the guy only wanted 25 quid for it, but it was the woman's one. So it just had the bar instead of being like that, and it was just like that, and I'm sorry, it's like, I know. You can't be good. The kids are, if other kids are going to laugh at me when there's an old guy cycling past anyone on a mountain bike, never mind if it's a woman's one, so I can't do it. Maybe you ever missed your old place? Not at all. No, I did like the one that had the drum kit in it. Mind you, I could put, to be honest, I don't know, I need to start getting a bit more sociable again and get my pals back over. Because, I mean, I pretty much could have, as long as the poke upstairs are brand new and noisy as fuck. So, I basically could get myself an electric drum kit, and as long as I didn't play at 2 in the morning, I'm sure it'd be fine. A super rare Pepsi branded one, a neon coloured bike. Is this actually a regular to play this? I was playing this earlier on. No, it's not that one, I forgot it already. Well, there you go, I can't remember it. Oh. I'm into getting an acoustic drum kit. Wow. I don't know. I don't know. The thing, I mean, you just need the... You're playing acoustic guitars. What's the point in that? Like, it's surely a good... The thing is, see if you just got somebody who could be bothered and was concentrating enough to play one of those Cahoon things. I mean, every time I've ever really tried to have a jam in it, everyone has a wee go, and you get, for the first 5 minutes, you're having a jam, and then after that, you kind of get the hang of it, and then it's quite good, and then someone else gets a shot, and you never play it again, and it's like, see if you just had someone that could be bothered. I suppose you can't have somebody who's not, you've got to be quite good on the guitar to be able to play it, but I'd love to be actually, I'm just thinking of the idea of doing like wee pub gigs. I keep thinking about this with the King of Sabbath. I was thinking of doing it with the Judge Death, him singing, me just playing fuzz bass. There you go. All I need is to be rolling cube, and we need a mic. So it's like, rather than having to lug drum kits and all that, and then it suddenly becomes, you know, are you actually going to be able to pay for your parking with the money you get from doing the gig? Whereas there's only 2 of you with a 1 guitar and a bass, you can go in 1 car. Do you know what I mean? Playing Clean Bicycle, you don't know the video that I've just done earlier on. What I've done is I've done another bike ride. That's right, there's a gorge just half a mile away over there, like a big gorge. You come out the houses and there's like a wee footbridge, and it's like you're many meters deep, 30, 50, something like that, I don't know. But what I did was I put myself like this in a wee corner in the bottom with the bike thing going, and then I play bike jam, just like a wee loop, just play along with what I'm looking at, and if I see something interesting, so that should be interesting. We're looking forward to that one tomorrow night, yeah. Why do you don't have to put... I thought I would just be meant Bob Dylan, but okay, Dylan, pencil pushing, bit of that. Is that what happens when we meet up Kit Kats at whatever thing it is, like, pure, just do that, pure, the fucking handshake, pure, vein pumping macho thing, yep. Yeah, Joey, I don't know why that works. Because, I mean, that could hurt. I still remember, I remember one of the worst things I ever saw was my pal, this is going before mountain bikes, so I possibly had a rally grifter. And he had a rally burner. No, but his was it was quite a fancy BMX. There was a time when you got plastic wheels with 5 spokes or something like them, and the had like an oval frame and it was a BMX. And I remember going along past towards Cumbernauld on the old railway line, and once you got to the end, the path stopped, but the old railway line was still there, and the sleepers were still there. So we were going, we're going over barbed wire fences and stuff, go along this, and then we saw the farmer, probably just somebody out walking their dog, just shat it and then cycled away, and we were cycling along these sleepers, and basically he came off it, and it was like he must have bounced over about 6, totally on this oval frame with his knees on the ground and the frame going over the sleepers. Yeah. Sorry. Oh. Please just get a back. I was actually thinking of buying stunt pegs to put on the back so I could give somebody a backy. Yep. A non-rocker channel then? What, playing a Strat? Chronicle of Chopper. I remember seeing choppers, but I don't think I ever had a shot of one because I was just 2 years too young. Vintage 62 Red Sparkle Pearl kit from years ago for 120. I think I paid 70 quid or something. I've still got mine, Stevie. I've got a pair of mine's a Premier Resonator kit, which I swapped it for a guitar about 25 years ago, and basically, it's good. How to Scream Like McCartney. Hey, Bean Huari. I play cajon for my mate as a duo when I'm not on bass with the rock band. He plays acoustic and sings, just covers. We got lots of paid gigs because we fit in any corner of the pub. Exactly. Amazing. No, I mean, it's amazing what can be done. I think you're just kind of pushing the limit to do it all on your own. If you know what I mean. To actually be able to, it's possible to play, like the one-man band thing, but you can't, you've got no jam element in it, so you're able to do it, but you're like a metronome, you can't wing it, and I wouldn't want to play with backing tracks, but I can totally get, just like if you're playing acoustic, it means that if I'm just playing single lead notes, if the drums are keeping going, it keeps going, so I mean, I would love that. Yeah, amazing. A Rally Tomahawk. What is a Tomahawk the smaller chopper? I also remember having it. I didn't have it, but it was after I stopped going up to Shally. I think my dad bought it in a charity shop or something. A Rally Bomber, which was basically a pre-mountain bike. It was like a grifter, apart from it was huge. Cool as fuck. Purple Mark 1 chopper, a Rally Burner as a kid. Kids today will never appreciate how much fun we had with those. I've actually got a foot tambourine, yes. Temu, 3 quid, yeah. It was the smallest, I do remember that. There was another one called a Budgie as well. I remember a Striker and a Budgie and a Burner. But the thing is, I think, maybe it's just from memory, were they not really, really fucking heavy? Stevie is a small chopper. Yeah. Very good. What are we catching here, Mr. Whitestick? Come by bike. The Budgie was the smallest. I don't know if I remember someone having a Budgie. I remember it being small. And a Boxer as well. I don't think I've ever had 2 bikes. I had a Rally Grifter, and then I had the mountain bike, and that was it. And I went through a time, I remember going to a jumble sale and buying BMXs, and I think at one time I had 6 BMXs that I bought for like a £5 each, and then I did basically what I do with guitars, put different wheels on it. Hey, Cheeky Boys, where's your pub? Not mean thing, we'll do it. Fuzzy Judge, I'd say the thing is I don't need the cajon with Judge Death. See, if I was playing what we were playing, I was playing like sort of Technical Ecstasy era Sabbath with the drum pedal built into the thing, just playing it to a disco beat, and it's like I can pretty much cover. Or was I using the drums? I don't think I was using the drums. But with the fuzz bass and thumping it hard enough, I don't need anything else. It's just, you need the other melodic thing. You can't just have one. You need a counter melody, and even if I was to sing, I'd have to sing along with what I'm playing. So I need anything else, whether it be a guitar, ideally the King of Sabbath singing. You can do a counter melody and it will all work. Dave phone check tick 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 5994. Happy Sunday, yeah, totally great. Have I got the like? I have not. No, it's like I'm going to draw the line. People hate you though. Even though it's not the spandex. It must be. I think maybe that I've kind of missed aside when I'm having one of my my wee bike spandex bastard rants. I mean, I was out on the bike, not dressed in spandex at all. Okay, I had a stupid hat on, but you know, like jeans, cat boots, crap bike, going really slowly. No, that kind of thing. Great. Everyone's still. So I think maybe people are going like that, Pierre. I tried dressing like a human. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to fucking show you my testicles and my arse completely with spandex. That will show you for not being nice to me. So maybe there's, maybe it's a bit of come and go. I don't know. Near Southampton. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. The Judge Death and the King of Sabbath touring entity is only 2 people. No, Gazzo, it's a no Bucky Sunday. I've got something to do tomorrow, and also I was sick after the gig, but I had half bottle of Bucky and 2 cans of Red Stripe. But I got a lift home from my mechanic pal who's got and him and his pal are into cars, and it's like, I don't know whether it was a 500 horsepower thing or the 350 horsepower car I was in, but it was with the heater on full bung, and basically, if I obviously. Having been slightly tipsy didn't help, but basically I got out the car, it was like fresh air for 2 seconds, then straight in and just puked, and then felt fine. You can't go for the whole full kit, helmet and GoPro or Lycra, but not both. I didn't have a helmet, but I did have a GoPro on my head, I suppose. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I don't know what the Mr. Pither, what is that, like a sort of... Is that the Blue Oyster bar type things, just like basically just PVC with buttockless, and that would keep my arse from getting sore, possibly, yeah. Yes, Lonnie, if you had given me that burger, I would have definitely, it would have been in me for, I don't know, it's a good, it took me 50 minutes to get in on the bus, and it probably takes me, I don't know, but 35 minutes in my car, so I don't know, 10 minutes after we got home. Yes. Yeah, Wales watched Eddie the Eagle, oh dear. You're the biking gimp for Kirky? I've never lived in Kirky, so it can't be me. It was a Monty Python hyper nerd cyclist character. I don't know, see, the thing with Monty Python is, it's not all good, and there's an awful lot of sketches that are almost exactly the same, like in some series, because I think there's quite a lot of episodes, and there's I don't know, there's maybe, 30 episodes, and 10 of them, there's 10 episodes worth of, it's brilliant, but there's like 2/3 of it's kind of, I remember my Bicycle Repairman, that was good, but I don't remember it all. Hey, Kermit Gupt Attack is mastering your recording cheating? No. Hey, tips with squeaky tremolo. I don't know. Where is it squeaking? I suppose is the answer. I mean, to be honest, it's things like you don't want to be putting WD-40 or oil in the pots, but a wee bit of, I got which it was really good for cheap tuners. It was this 3-in-1 oil. I think I got it in Lidl. It was like in a can, but it was like an aerosol one with a wee nozzle, and you just spray it into tuners, and like these type of tuners, the not enclosed ones, and what a difference that makes. It'll be the same with that. Lubrication. Kit Kats will tell you all about that. No, it is. I did say it is that type of stream. I'm not drinking. Maybe I should. Maybe if I drink that. I don't know. I mean, is it going to be... I take it this stuff doesn't go out of date or anything like that. I don't know where it... Basically, I found it in... it's definitely... No, I was just going to say, I don't think anyone could piss into this. I'm assuming it's actually going to be whiskey. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not piss. Well, yeah. Oh, it's making me sweat. That's good. You can make Trem stay in tune. It's like just basically just being a little bit mechanical about it. It's going to be the nut. If the nut's sticking a wee bit, you can kind of file it a wee bit, just a wee bit of sandpaper, kind of just. And the same with the saddles. If it's kind of a wee bit lumpy, it might be something there. It's like a very mechanical thing. You don't need to buy a 2-point Floyd Rose type thing. You just can make it work. And also, it depends how much you're going to use the tremolo bar. I mean, I could use this one, but I wouldn't use it by much more than that. Guitar Pit of Horrors. Well, that's good, but I've never seen that film, though. That's my pal's, well, Jen's artist pal. I think might be dead, actually. That's like an official poster that he was actual guy who drew it. And that's a pencil or ink drawn type thing. That's not a poster. Well, it is a poster. It's an original, is that how you put it? Hey, Andy, how's it going, Leon? Is that Jeff? Is that for the bike or the Trem saddle? I don't know. I don't know. I don't really like Jack Daniels very much. I think the last time I had Jack Daniels, it was 2 downloads ago. My pal Peter turned up, and it was like he was only there for one day, and I think he's absolutely fucked by the time he got in at lunchtime, or 11 o'clock in the morning or something like that. Do you want that bottle of Coke? Is that like a 2-litre bottle? Is that you want Jack Daniels and Coke? Was that pure? Fuck, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. On you go, Peter. So he handed it to me. Is that taking a drink? And then he's like that with a can. Yeah. There's the Coke, and it was a 2-litre bottle that just had Jack Daniels in it. So he basically had just taken a swig of Jack Daniels, and then he was going, there's the Coke. So you were like, yeah, yeah, very good. Cheers, Andy. I'm never going to wear it. No, I will. Oh no, what's the difference between lycra and spandex? Because my bucky jumper spandex, so I have to wear that, obviously, but not on the bike. Maybe it's a cycling jumper. Maybe it'd be good on the bike, actually. I don't know. The old satellite Les Pauls invented alternate tunings. But the thing about I think about so many of these guitars, like the old satellite Les Pauls and all that, I remember when I started playing, and some of them were fucking awful because they had been abused, or not abused, people had tried to fix them, but without the internet, which I don't think it happens quite the same. You know, nowadays it's like pure, one of the tuners has broken. I'll look on eBay and see about buying another tuner or buy a set, whereas that wasn't the thing. Back then it was like, one of my tuners is broken. How can I make a tuner using that broken sewing machine? And so you get an awful lot of that, and it's like, well, I don't have a truss rod spanner or a screwdriver, so I used a butter knife and I shimmed the neck, and you're just like, it seems to be a bit mental. I don't think they're really as bad as a lot of them are, and I think a lot of those ones that were terrible were either binned or somebody like me got them. And anyone I've had in the last 20 years is now still running. JD is consumed by focus, just basically slashing it. You cook that. It was just like basically The thing is, what I was doing this a wee bit with that bottle of bucket, or the half bottle of bucket at the gig, just taking a wee sip, it's like I'm getting a kind of, because I've got of all the other times I've ever drank Jack Daniels or whiskey, I've been very pissed later, so kind of my body's kind of getting prepared for it, so I actually feel quite drunk, even though all I've had's like, I don't know, not even a shot, you know what I mean? Hey, Peacemaker, can you pick up a solo just by listening to it? It depends. Sometimes it's dead easy. If it's similar to something I've played before, yes. And then sometimes there's only 12 notes on a guitar. If you get the first two right, there's a chance. You're asking me to, I don't know. I could probably manage a wee bit of albatross, bikes, whiskey, guitars. I'm in my wheelhouse now. There you go. Yes. I know who Conway Twitty is. He was. Why do I know about him? Me and my pal. I think it was on Freeview. Wait, it can't be. Was it Freeview? Was it something I could for some reason watch on my Xbox? I had an Xbox. I didn't have the internet, but I had the internet on the Xbox, which he had a version of YouTube, but it was only things that didn't have advert. I'm not really sure exactly. I seem to remember watching the Grand Old Opry. There was a thing that I think it was on a Friday night in the 70s, and it would put it on. It was always fucking brilliant, and Conway Twitty was on every week. What animal would you choose? I was watching, just be a clone of me to help me out. So you'd want something that was, I don't know, it's not something you can answer easily. You know, you want to think about these things. That budge, when did Guitar Tech's actually getting guitars, actually setting guitars up? Well, the thing is, used to do it in shops. You needed to have somebody to set the guitar up because people would go into a shop and play the guitars, and the one that played well, they bought. That's why so many folk bought guitars like this, because with a little bit of fanning about and setting up, it was basically as good as the Fender, but a third of the price. Now, you get it straight from the factory. No, it doesn't matter what it plays. Like, I want the Harley Benton XX44224. That's the one that everyone says good. It gets 5 stars. It's £199 and it's flame maple. You know. I like Japanese whiskey and biker shorts with a cod piece, but hey, that's just me. Well, there you go. Would that be a pedal bike though? I think he was, yes. We were married to a whiskey writer. Oh God, I can only imagine. My pal Andy works in the whiskey shop, and he knows a lot of stuff. Tried a few things. At one point was at we went on a stag weekend to Thingamy, had a bottle of some cask testing thing or show thing he was at, and this stuff was 10 grand a bottle, and we all had like a wee 500ml bottle of it, so we all had a swig of this stuff that was 10 grand a bottle. It's like, but at 10 o'clock in the morning before getting on the plane, it's like any sort of whiskey's up here. Yeah, it's interesting. Was it? No. I think I might be getting the one I liked. What was that one? George Jones. Grease Lightning. That guy. I can't remember what the fucking song went like. It was like pure. Grease Lightning. Yeah, loved it. Like, I've got no place for bourbon and all that. I don't know. It's like experiences. I remember one at the first download, someone would sneak in something and you'd have like a wee shot. Having one wee shot is pretty cool. You know, like, I suppose doing it the cowboy way when you're out on the plains and all that, and you stop, you finally get to the top of the hill, and it's like you pass about and you have like one wee shot of whiskey each, and that's it for the day. I kind of get that. It's just the actually drinking it thing I can't be bothered with. And these things have got the tiny wee, so you can't actually, it takes ages to actually take a sip. It's how that good, yeah. Oh, definitely. But I suppose it's like getting that instant hit, giving me goosebumps and all that. So yeah, there's an element of that. Maybe drinking a wee bit. Living Western Gold as Rebo Jim Beam. I don't know if I don't know. Yeah, Johnny and is that Monaco? Is that like the fake Monaco? Johnny Walker Blue Label. I have to admit that I have tried, a single malt or something like that is much nicer than that shite, like it is, but then again, that's like, what's the point in having, a 1960s Fender Strat when you could have this, because it's just the same, but it costs a tenth as much or a hundredth as much, and it's like, yeah, but it's not though, is it? The real one, the 60s Fender, is better. Only that much. But I mean, that's... So why waste your time on something that's not the best? That's why you don't get dentists with guitars like this. They just buy the most expensive thing they can find. Because get... Might have watched I don't know. I don't even know what that is, but I'm sure you... Imagine when he gave Bucky to the Indians. Oh God, they'd be pure running about. Instead of putting them to sleep, they'd all be charged. Mind you, I don't know. They would just be destroying. They'd just be punching fuck out a buffalo and breaking trees and stuff. I don't know if they would actually fight the Americans or us. You're a slave to Highland malts, but Tully Bardeen bossed about the money. Even the cheaper malts are drinkable. Aye. Whiskey is one of those snobbery infested areas. Tone malts, I'm sure it is. Yes. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's like, I suppose if you're interested in it, not really that interested in it. Hey, horse racing. Hey, George, I've seen you for ages. That song you're thinking about is Dang Me by Roger Miller. Is it? Right? Maybe, I don't know. Victor Blue Label's landed for 220 quid a bottle. It's just silly, isn't it? I've just get too much money. There you go. These John Ways. Tonto and has them. I mean, I just say I'm not into whiskey, but being Scottish and I can't obviously things like I wouldn't be able to buy Jim Beam or Jack Daniels and like that. It's like, no, that's not whiskey. It's like girls drink, it's got to be whiskey. Basically, I just want it out of a barrel with a hammer. That's how you do it, you know what I mean? Just gut rot. The soup big trackies. I've been getting into trackies. I think it is actually quite I don't know, a bit Liam Gallagher-y a wee bit. But I've got like a couple of Adidas tracky tops and it's like they are kind of comfy. Glen Dish equals real. I imagine. I wonder where the closest whiskey that's made to here is. Probably not very far away. Well, I know there's definitely ones in Loch Lomond. You know that. They're definitely Stirling and Pitt. I don't know. In fact, I bet you there's whiskey up the campuses. Cannot go wrong with 90 Adidas gear. I never got to. I could never be. Never had Adidas trainers because my feet are too wide. Adidas trainers are always dead long and thin. Lemmy was full of speed though, so I mean, he didn't have taste buds. You think? Do you think? I think you'll find I chose this particular Jobby Brown trousers. I was actually out with Jen the other day and I got a hat that makes me look incredibly silly. And she said, I really wish you wouldn't wear that, so I wore it all day. Yes! The fashion for malts is only since about the 80s. There's a reason why blends existed. Well, there you go. Glengoyne. Is that not, is that the one that's kind of, if you go through Strathblane that way? Is that Glengoyne? I don't know. Adidas Vespa jacket is too small for me. Highlander whiskey, that sounds... Highlander whiskey just has that sound of total class in it. Yeah. Big deal in China, is that? Somebody probably making a single, but well, there's a whiskey place just where I used to park for uni, just at was it Spears Wharf? It's called, and it was like you used to sit there and you could see the barrels just to roll on a thing that was about a story up that went from that building to that building. The barrels would be rolling round. Interesting. I think Glengoyne's the one that you actually drive through the middle of it. Dang Me by Roger Willard. You said that, horse racing, but it's definitely not George Jones. Did he cover it? And it's called, I'm sure it's not, is it not called Grease Lightning? Grease Lightning, I don't know. Grant's is from Girvan, lovely. Grant's Whiskey and Grant's Guitars. Remember how that went. Yep. The Herald bestseller, 500 Years of Scots Whiskey. I don't know, I suppose it was huge in China when I was there. Sivit's dad had whiskey and I took a bottle down like some mad shit that I got at my uncle's house. I can't remember, there was only 60 bottles of it, it was bottle number 4 or something like that, I can't remember what it was. Henry Cavill, that's the guy who did that Witcher thing, eh? I don't know, to be honest, I'll get ostracised by you lot. How long have we been going? I've only been going for an hour, I can't give up yet, but I never liked Highlander when I was a kid. I tried watching it a few times. I didn't really get it. I didn't think it was cool. I was obviously the RoboCops and talking about all that shit, but Highlander. Now I've seen it since I got into Queen. It's like I like obviously the bits of Will It's Live Forever and all that, but I don't know. The film was too 80s for me when it was about in the 80s. I never really got it. I don't know why. Maybe I don't know. Whereas, Flash Gordon, obviously. I don't... What the fuck is this? There's just no joy in it. Girvan is Girvan. I just remember how... Just posted a new Yamaha amp. Well, I don't know of anything but Yamaha amps. The plug gets smashed. At least you can change a plug. Just steal one. But yeah, I was thinking there must be some way of me. Cause I was doing that on the bike ride thing. I was using the secondary monitor I've got over there to run, so I could play a YouTube video and then control it. But I needed it to run the live stream. I need 2 monitors. I can't do it with one. It just can't be done. Queen Latifah. I don't know who that is. I know a lot of people pure love it, but I mean, I don't know. I think I would maybe offended to the core the way that Christopher Lambert's just not Scottish in any way at all and doesn't even sound Scottish, so it's kind of annoying. But I don't know. Yeah, apparently I'm actually doing. You can see my stream over there. There is a portrait mode. An old combo 25, 1, 12, 40 watts and 70 saying, God, that sounds good, aye. Hey, John Clutter, considering myself and my tube amp and pedals, can't be asked for the whole setup before I get to play. I've been using it. I'm just using those rolling cubes because I can't be bothered turning it up. But also because I've just recently been playing pure wanky clean stuff all the time. Not as good for distortion as the Orange, but I don't know. It's nice to have fuck all equipment, basically. I'll get you one, Kit Kat. Just go to a charity shop. There's tellies all the time. That's what I say. There's somebody else. I don't know why, but I mean, I love all the other films that people who like Highlander like. And it's not like you're up here, oh, it's just because I never saw it when I was a kid. I started watching it a few times as a kid, and it never. I don't know. I just never got all the way through it. £30 now. Bikes, guitars, whiskey, but also it was an extra of the original Highlander. It's all come together. Well, there you go. Well done. Hey, how can I have AC/DC? Highlander. Actually, I saw Highlander 2 in the cinema. Oh, big God, that's my favourite one. Good guy, totally. Strats are just not the best for AC/DC. Big gun. Big gun. Yeah, what I'm thinking I'm going to do is, that guitar is getting, I don't like the pickups in it, it's getting an HSS, because this is my Strat. I've also got another Strat, which has got a 5-way switch. So it's... The best pants are Shilk, not Shatten. Oh dear. That's, I've not, actually, I wonder how he's doing. Chris, I used to fix up guitars, I haven't heard from him for ages, but it was going to his house, there was a Chinese carry place called the Shatin. And I think I actually stopped one time and took a photo of it, just like SHATIN. It's like, how was your dinner last night from the new Chinese place? That was fine. I think somebody shat in it though. Yes. Pretty much just 1 hour, yeah. We'll meet at H at the casino. Yeah, Victory 86 about an hour, yeah. But I mean, I'm not drinking tonight, so I've probably said an awful lot more and I probably won't go on as long. Well, I suppose I'm sitting there drinking that Jim Beam, it's horrible. Hey, Sean Wes, do you ever do drop D tuning? I do not. Ever. I do The only exception to not having any tuning is for the Sabbath band. A lot of them are tuned from Master of Reality album, particularly. Those songs are, the whole thing's tuned to C sharp, like the whole guitar's just tuned, 3 steps down, or the whole bass is. But apart from that, no, I never use drop D. I find it whenever I'm in a drop thing, I always end up. I've set up one of my pals is into, he's got like drop C and drop all these crazy things. I set up guitars, so I've set up his guitars, and it's like I always end up playing exactly the same riffs. As soon as I've got the drop D or any drop, I just end up playing the same riffs. But on one of them, which was like a 8-string fucking drop tune thing, I had no idea how to play this, and just went like that. And somebody commented, "Wow, what was that riff at 2 minutes 30? That's a pure belter. I don't think it." And it's like pure. I was just going bam, bam, because you can play chords with one finger. Doesn't do my thing. Better than Captain. Yeah, that's the problem is you're just trying to be too politically correct. There is a joke. There's a joke that's much funnier than that, and you know what that joke is, that you just don't want to type it in case you get ratioed and banned. Get that ban hammer out. Great sound on my new big telly on that Strat. I've upped the sound as well. I've now got a Roland Cube. But I mean, yes, this guitar sounds lovely. Especially the clean. It's just, see, that's with the rat pedal on. Bit clean. Hey, Angelo. Another sensible question is easy. Adjust the action acoustic guitar. What you want to do is hold down the first and the last fret on your guitar, and then sit at the middle, and you want the truss rod to be enough so it's not sitting flat, but not, like, I think the term is a ball hair. You want to have a bit of a gap in there. If that's like a couple of millimetres, then you want to adjust the truss rod, and the acoustic will probably be in there. And yes, it's quite easy to lower the action. If the truss rod's already sitting perfectly and you still want to lower the action, you have to take out the plastic bridge saddle. That bit. Take the strings off, take out that piece of plastic. Sandpaper. Sandpaper a couple of millimetres off the bottom of it, put it back in again, try again. If assuming that the body's not popped, there's nothing wrong with the acoustic. This is a comedy channel, or it's meant to be. And the joke is obviously, why is Uhuru black? And you're not allowed to answer that. Yes. Just a wee bit here, a midgie's bit here. No, I like a wee bit more than that. It's like the things, but I get so used to setting people's guitars up. I think a lot of people were getting guitars back after I'd set them up and basically just cranking everything up a bit, because I was just, as soon as you get yourself an Ibanez RG, in my case it was the RG530, it's like, this is a Formula 1 car, so you set it up with the lowest possible action. You can get those Japanese Ibanez to play like ridiculous. You can play them with one finger and stuff like that, pure stupid. But it means that you can't really thump chords because they fret out. That's the other one, Kit Kat. You're not allowed to say that one either. What, balloon doesn't fit? You can't say that one either. Promised Land of Tone. It's got to be the single coils, Mr. Whitesnake, for the tone. In fact, I'll even go for chorus tone. Get some stereo in to go. Oh, too much. I've obviously adjusted the chorus amount there's in it, that's right. Oh, Westtone's probably worthwhile putting a camera. You'll be able to get one. It's just a case of, I don't know, see if you can get one that fits in any of your other guitars. I remember, I don't know how long ago this was, on eBay, and I bought, like, somebody did a set of trem bars. I think it gave you 4 for a tenner, or something like that. And it was basically, I'm not really sure which one I want. So it was basically the 4 main tremolo bars you get for a tenner. So you were, there was a 90% chance it was going to fit whatever guitar you had, and you would have 3 spares. So more people should do that rather than spending ages trying to. People don't understand the Fender standard guitars are real Fenders made quarters college known for the professional quality guitar bars, whether it's their own or other brands. That's a bit that's modern stuff. It's all old stuff. This is Angelo. This is better than the I'd like Japanese better. But even though yes, you can obviously get awesome Korean guitars and Kort, Samick, they make amazing guitars. They just don't make guitars at the same level as what Japan do, or in America as well. But I don't think there's that much difference. I'm gonna argue that Japan are better. Ah! Who said that? But yeah, but guitars are expensive these days. When Sean Connery goes to. Should have shared the Fender. Just get a decent square brigade. The thing is, it's like, yes, you can just get a bog standard like a Squier Telly or whatever it is and be grateful, but there's a lot of fun, and if you kind of fanny about a wee bit and are willing to do a wee bit of messing about with it, if you buy one, get yourself like an Encore or a Jim Deacon or something for 40 or 50 quid, and not necessarily with bits missing to upgrade it, just rather than on your expensive, or just if you've got rather than destroying the guitar that you like, because you only paid 50 quid for it, you don't really care. The worst thing that can happen is, I don't know, you break it, but then you'll still get 50 quid back for the parts that you didn't break, so you lose no chance of losing, and then mess about with it and set it up, because you can make it a Squier, any Squier play well. Might take a wee bit of work. You maybe want to be going on Temu and spending a tenner on pickups or tuners or something if the ones that are on it are shite, but it's worth doing. You pay eyes, it's lovely. Annoyingly, that Fender sign's broken though, and it was a pure original thing, probably worth thousands of pounds. It wasn't me that broke it though. Well, technically I suppose it was, but aye. Fender don't make anything excites speed. Oh. I do like a white Strat. I mean, the thing is, it's always going to come down, and it's like you come down to, in any year's Fender catalogue, there's always going to be a white Strat with a blonde fretboard, and there's always going to be a white P-bass, and I always like them. That's it. But I mean, does that count? I wouldn't buy one, because if someone gave me like a current model 1000, whatever, what do you say, the Indonesian one, which is about $1,000, an Indonesian model like this, I would just sell it immediately, because it's not. This is better. But those new Fender standards are pish, just made for folk who want a guitar, any guitar that says Fender on it. Is that the Indonesian one? I kind of feel a wee bit that way. I don't know. The Mexican ones do have a Fendery sound. The Mexican ones do feel different. There you go. The Mexican ones don't feel like Korean guitars. They've got a slightly different feel. So, yeah, whereas I'd imagine the Korean ones feel like Koreans. You know what I mean? The Jet guitars absolutely ruin them. I think you want a Japan Revstar. I've never played a Japan Revstar, but I have to say that I did have one. It was the cheapest Revstar. It was an RS, whatever it was, 220, 2 humbuckers, 320 maybe. And the only thing I could fault with it was it would have been nice if it had a push-pull button for coil splits, so I added a push-pull coil split button. I think the more expensive ones have it. Apart from that, it was a fucking flawless guitar. It was absolutely stunning. And that was the cheapest one. So, I mean, the Japanese one would just be more stunning. It was an amazing guitar. I just don't know if I like the design that much. It's a wee bit, I don't know, Gibson-y. Good Fender Strats and Tellys are the best. The best ones I've played have been Japanese ones, but I mean, I've never played a £25,000 '60s Fender. I've played lots of '70s ones and modern ones, but yeah. Fender don't induce moistness. Jesus, no tarp required for the. No tarp for the. The Mexican ones are great. Got a few of them I love them. The new Indonesian ones are exactly the same as the Squire Sonic series stuff, just with Fender on it, a few tiny tweaks. I don't know this. I've the Squire Sonics are kind of like a new level. They are pretty fucking cheap. They've really lowered the level in the Squire Sonics. They're like really fucking cheap. They're all right, but I would definitely buy an older Squire. Get one that's 20 years old. Yeah, no, Joey, the Mexican ones are great. There's a significant difference between the Mexican and the Japanese, and for me, there's not a significant difference apart from in price between the Japanese and the Americans. As your folk who want a T-shirt, but it has to say Ralph Lauren on it. Amp-Wales, yeah. See, that's like fucking. I'm going to get slagged off by Kit Kats when me and Jen go to charity shops. He keeps finding things, and it's like, that's a Hugo Boss T-shirt, right? So it's probably really good quality and stuff like that. So, okay, it's a black T-shirt, right? That's fine. I don't want it to say Hugo Boss on it. What are you? You're advertising the person that made your T-shirt. What? I don't get it. I don't get that label thing. But yeah, I want a T-shirt that says I ain't got time to bleed on it over a fucking, what do you say, Ralph Lauren or whatever it is. A good strap makes me feel the same way as Jet from the Gladiators tits. What, 12? Did everyone make cost but Les Pauls? They certainly used to. They're easy to, it's easy to flex cost splits yourself. It's a simplistic system. They definitely did do them. It's such a common one. I mean, I think everyone I've ever sold, because it's one of those things that people don't know how to do it. The push-pull pot costs a £5, but it'll cost you £100 to get it done in a shop, and so I'm just sitting there going, up here, well, I've got this headphone, Les Paul, got it in. If I spend a £5 and half an hour doing that, okay, see, and then it makes it more buyable. I quite like look at the Fender Katana. My pal Buster fucking got one of them, the bastard. He had to drive. He got it in Kilsyth when I was in Milton Acampsey, and I messaged him. I messaged the guy and I was like, I can't believe I've seen it. He's like, up here, sorry, somebody's just phoned about it, just from someone coming. I can't remember where he said they were coming from, and I was like, it's fucking Buster, isn't it? He was like, up here, yeah, there's a guy's name Alan. And I was like, I call him a bastard from me. But he got one for 50 quid, a bass. I was quite pleased because basically I would have been stuck with it because it's a Fender Japan thing I would have ended up with, and I don't really like it. Different levels of strats. The thing is, it's like, how stratty does your strat go? This is the most stratty strat I've got, and I've got 2 Fender strats. And a couple of Squires kicking about, which are all actual strats. This is the strattiest of the lot. The fella, I don't know anything to tell him, he's your man. That Fender new standards are market. If you want to play the guitar, you buy one of them. Yeah. I tried a P90 Rev Star, $2,000. Wow. I don't know what that would be like. It does. I mean, the thing is, you're saying, oh God, $2,000 for a Yamaha, when the, I don't know, was it 400 quid one that I had was fucking amazing. How good's that going to be? And you're going, oh, it's $2,000 for fuck's sake. You got it up here, but a Gibson Les Paul's $2,000. How much better do you think the Gibson Les Paul is than that Japanese Rev Star? And the answer is none. Not even close. What are you saying? Are you fucking idiot? My God, that Yamaha is 10 times, but it just is. I know it is. You don't need that. It's all extra stuff. It doesn't need to be micron accurate. You know what I mean? Which it will be. You know what I mean? It'll go into space. But, when I say everything Tommy Hilfiger, even down to the socks, I got Calvin Klein pants for Christmas last year, so Levi's jeans. What is a P90? P90 is a big single coil pickup. I don't have one to look at right now. None of the guitars here have one. It's called a soap bar sometimes. It's like a big single coil. The shadows of Frank and the Les Paul. Can you imagine? I can't. No, it just wouldn't have existed. Couldn't be done. Asian fish market, they didn't make it. It said, well, yes, I don't know. It's like, you're yeah. Mr. Whitesnake's got the American humour thing going on. My Strat is a cheap Japanese Vision branded one. It's Strata than my Fender I've owned. I've got a Vision bass. I've not seen. It could be the same one. I don't know who Matt Allen is. Yamaha has the best quality control, hands down. Really ever played a well. I mean, you're talking about Ibanez as well are kind of the same, but you're talking about obviously. I mean, the thing is, you are kind of comparing them to Gibson, aren't you? But I'm taking like from the whole range. You know, I mean, obviously you're not going to be. Even the cheapest Yamaha and the cheapest Ibanez are pretty good. You know what I mean? Especially once you go up to sort of about 2 or 3 from the bottom, you're getting guitars that are going to be absolutely perfect. No such thing as a shite Yamaha. That PX has been damaged, so the front's all bowed. That's not the guitar's fault. Something's been done to it. It's been wet or something. I need to have a go to see if I can fix it. I own a pair of multi-hill-figure cowboy boots that I worn twice. I don't know. I mean, you just got. I don't know. I don't. I've got more clothes now than I've ever had my whole life. I've always basically had 3 pairs of jeans, 2 clean ones, and ones that were sort of scabby, getting covered in paint, and I would rotate them. You know what I mean? And then once the knees started going in one of them, the scabby ones would get thrown out, and then the previously clean with no new became the crap ones. Yeah. The thing is, I can't get Cats Get Filled because it's the same reason. What was I not going to play earlier on? It's like I didn't play the Roadster. I need single coils for the wanky clean stuff. I've crossed the line into what do you want, single coils or humbuckers? It's single coils. It's no longer, oh well, I don't know, I quite like both, you know, ideally, but no, I need single coils. And I think even I need single coils over split buckers. Fucking disgusting. Next thing I'll be fucking selling all my stuff like Stevie Zero and buying acoustic guitars. Oh god. Many other guitars make motorcycles. Suzuki. I'll just look smug for a couple of seconds there. Yep, there we go. Yep. But they're not as big. Are they different companies? They're all owned by the same company. But they did, when they were making the guitars, oh, I've got that Yamaha bass. Have I showed anyone that Yamaha bass yet? Have I done a video of the Yamaha bass? I don't think I've done a video of the Yamaha bass. I could do a video of the Yamaha bass. But yeah, they did actually use the one of their factories that was making, you know, suspension parts and shit for motorbikes and boat engines. That's where the bridges were made and stuff, so it's cool. Twangtown. Suzuki made it, I don't know, I've got a Casio on my guitar. Outboard motors, piano. But the thing is, they make the best boat engines. Have you seen the new insane prices for Pacificas? I haven't, but I still bet you the thing is, the Yamaha Pacifica, okay, we remember them being like 120, 150 quid. And at that time, you could get like a Squire for about the same price. The Yamaha Pacifica was better than the Squire for that price, right? Nobody's going to argue that, but it was a better guitar, but you bought the Squire because it said Fender on it, right? So what happened is, it goes on 10 years or 20 years, the Pacifica has stayed the same level, but it's got more expensive because time, so it's doubled in price. Whereas what they've done with the Squire one is, every couple of years they find a way to make it cheaper. So the reason you can still get the Squire for 150 quid is because it's not the one you could get 20 years ago for 150 quid. You know what I mean? That one would be £400. So they've just made it cheaper and cheaper, and everything's just absolutely hammered down to the lowest possible denominator. Like how low can we spend on a guitar and it still plays, which is the line that I don't think Harley Benton quite get to. It doesn't really need to play. That's not a stipulation, but I think the Squire, it still needs to play. You like to motorboat? Yeah, that's what the tarp's for. Yeah, quite right. They do all of the tuning fork logos. Well, what Yamaha bass? I'll wait till you see this sound. Yeah, so ready for the best bass you've ever seen. It's Jen's. Have I done a video on it? So many guitars in here, it's ridiculous. In a original case. I suppose I better turn the bass amp on as well while I'm at it. Oh. And if it's not the coolest bass you've ever seen, then you need to look at it a bit more, because it's the coolest bass you've ever seen. Oh. Hour and 20 minutes for the first Harley Benton gig. Well, there you go. Just people stop buying them then. That doesn't sound in tune. In a case. Talk amongst yourselves. Look, that button, that button. SB3, I think. I think there's 3 basses of this era. This is a 1968 guitar. And it's like, generally, as at the start, the Japanese were making, inferior copies of American instruments, not Yamaha. Yamaha were in the 60s making guitars that were arguably, or were as good as the 60s guitars that were being made in America. It's the most normal looking of the 3 though. The other 2 are the SG5, which is like an upside down thing, and the other one's a flying banana. And I'm so pleased that this one isn't either of them. I think this one's significantly cheaper than either of the other ones, but that's the holy grail bass is the SG5, which is basically this but a better shape. Look at the tuners on it. They're absolutely insane. Look at the bridge on it. Look at that bit of wood. It's absolutely stunning. I just can't buy it off her. No, but I was saying before, it's like, you know, of all the really expensive guitars, there's not really any I would want, but this is the sort of thing that you go, well, I mean, it's just something else. The quality of it's got a V-neck on it as well. The quality level is just, it's quite heavy, but it's the best bass in the world. It's absolutely unbelievable. On Marketplace, you can get a 2003 SG Gibson for $1,300. I don't know how much Australian dollars are, but Gibsons aren't as good as this. This is better. I've got a 1968 Gibson EBO, so it's the same year as this, and I defy anybody to play the two of them and go, "Oh, the Gibson's better." It's like, what? You know what I mean? There's tiny chips in the back. It's in because it's 1968. Yeah, I think it looks like somebody has tried to colour it with a black pen at some point. A co-op bass. Have you seen co-op? No, I'm luckily I have not. No, I don't know. Oh, is that you? Is it yours? It's got no. That thing is fucking unbelievable. I was just saying I'm so pleased that it's not the SG5, because I would have had to just sell everything and buy the SG5. It's totally cool as fuck, but the SG5 is just the coolest looking thing ever. Yeah, it's also I was talking about my Ibanez with the big bolt on neck. My Ibanez Roadster going, oh, big bolt on neck. No. 1968, Yamaha had the idea of, all right, it's a bass, let's have a bigger bolt on neck, a bigger neck plate. Did great. It's got a mad... Equals character, yeah, but I mean, it's like that difference. It's like, see the whole relic thing. It's like, has to just no. I don't mind ones that are beat up or damaged. I suppose something like Judge Death has its own sort of relic-y thing, but the only time I've ever actually reliced anything was when something had, you know, like it was in good condition, but it had fucking horrendous damage on it. You know, it had been dropped so that you kind of make the rest of the guitar look at the bit that's been dropped. But I'm just not into those things. Small spacey sort of stuff. Yeah, totally. I mean, what would it not be perfect for? It's just it's a P bass, isn't it? Do. I was going to say I don't like playing this when I'm drinking, but I'm not actually drinking tonight, so I'm allowed to play some of these guitars. The bass guitar's looking big. Well, bass guitars are big, as has been said. Hey, player. That's right, I took this into the studio actually with the Sabbath band and was sitting there. It was like pretty rare to have a bass that's actually older than any of the songs we're playing. Can you do the bass line of The Voices Carry? I don't know what that is. Biggest, it doesn't have any bass in it though, does it? Because it's Paul McCartney's playing the piano in it. Biggest toxic tape. I'm sure there was a thing. I'm sure is it 1968 or 1969? Fleetwood Mac, Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac sold more records than the Beatles and the Stones combined. I'm sure that's one of these things, but maybe they released more singles or something. you think the Chinese-made cars are good quality as the Japanese? I would doubt it very much. Mind you, I've only ever had one Japanese car, and it was built in Swindon, so I don't know. I would just assume that the Japanese stuff's better. I don't know. It'd be more expensive. I just don't think. I suppose there's maybe a little bit element. I think the problem with it's just building things down to a price. And the problem is something like this, for example. This was not built to a price. The Washburn wings weren't built to a price. Arguably, I suppose, like your Strats and Tellys kind of were, but they were designed to be easy to assemble with the whole bolt-on neck. And, things. This has some of those things, the bolt-on neck, and you wire the pickups into a scratch plate and put them on the top and all these things, and you use telephone exchange parts. So, to a certain degree, to make them cheaper, but they weren't. It wasn't we're trying to make a base for that we're going to sell for $100. It was basically, this Yamaha was, right, it costs 10,000 yen to get a Fender P-Bass imported. They're fucking hard to get. What if we just try and build a Fender P-Bass? We'll make it better. There we go. We'll just use that instead because it's better. That kind of thing. I have written songs, yes, but no, I'm not playing them. Where was the Panda about? I don't actually know. Don't know. That was made when the yen was weak. They could make stuff much higher quality than the instruments other places made at the same price. Totally, yes. But yeah, but even then, it did still change when they weren't. The chosen people are Korean. Yeah, but I don't know. But I mean, what I was saying is that Yamaha could have made this bass like a modern bass, just out of shite and taking 10 minutes to assemble it. Or they could have tried to make one that's a proper, we're trying to make a professional quality bass guitar. How much is it going to cost? I don't know. We'll build it and then we'll tell you. You know what I mean? The most important thing is it's a professional quality as good as you can get bass guitar. How fucks up the music industry? I don't know anything about the music industry anymore. Echo is an Italian brand but made in China guitars. Now it is. Never used to be. Echo used to be an Italian brand with guitars made in Italy. It needs a wee bit. The action's too low in this. Oh no, that's buzzing on something. Okay, there you go. It's sorted. Yep. The Fiat Touring, I have seen that one. Yes, it's got like I've seen that. They didn't drive. That wasn't in the Italian job, was it? Is that how they did that driving on the roof? Because it was actually a test track. It's all coming now. Hey Davey, have you seen a new 3-monthly bass magazine? I didn't know you even got bass magazines. I don't know who would ever buy that. Echo used to make Vox guitars, Monk. Yeah, they did. Yep. Could do it. The fret. I think this has been refretted at some point. Oh, this has been refretted at some point. Could be a wee bit smoother. I don't really like I don't like playing something that's too expensive. I'll play something cheap and shite the way I like it. What inherited by bass? Mags, I don't know. Bassists are different, aren't they? Bassists are a special breed. I think you get the same. You still get the same people who play bass that play the guitar. The ones that are like it's like the percentage of time making sure that they've got the correct pedal and strings to sound like Dave Gilmour, and obviously got the proper Fender amp with the right guitar and all that. Spend much more time doing that than actually learning how to play the guitar bits. Yes, no, I mean, the relative price of guitars is insane now. Nobody had the amount of guitars I've got in the 60s. You know, it was basically the same as a small flat, I think. It was just to buy, like, I'm sure it was the equivalent of 21 grand or something that Cliff Richard paid for Hank Marvin's Strat. It was like £2,000 in 1959 or whatever it was, something pure stupid. Like 2 years worth of wages or whatever it was. Less shame buying a Scud mag. Oh dear. Physical magazine sales have dropped off a cliff. Digital magazine sales are only a fraction of the good old days too. Sad times. Well, I was going to say, what do people read in the toilet? Your phone. Innit? Apart from in this house where I read Viz magazine or Viz books, I've got fucking hundreds of them. Well, that weird 60s Vox turned up. I don't know. They did seem a bit. How can a wee bit like the Vox? I think are they not? Are they something to do with the Watkins Rapier, where it's like we can make something that looks like a guitar using the bits we've got here, kind of that sort of thing, rather than. But again, it's such a different thing. It's like back in the day, you couldn't get good parts easily. It's like if you were going to make electric guitars, it's like, how are you going to make the tuners? I mean, in Japan, they kind of had a way around it because Goto made pretty much all the hardware, all Japanese guitars apart from Yamaha, because they were made by Yamaha, were made by Goto. And it's like, okay, now you get Goto tuners, or they're expensive ones, but they made the cheap ones as well. So you got like the budget, the medium price, were all made by Goto. Big Vern. Yeah, I'd never seen Big Vern before this current batch. Still buy music magazines, classic rock magazine, Blaze Pair, UK quite regularly, couple. Yeah, I mean, I do get it, yeah. I mean, actually, I bought a book the other day. It was 10 pence, it was in Cumbernauld. It was 10 pence. And it was like a history of album covers, and it's like, I haven't actually looked at it yet, but you got, I don't know, obviously not got that, got that. I don't know what that, I've got that. I've got all of the ones in the front. Yeah, there's Cream and maybe if I ever go on a plane again, I'll take that and read it on it. Farmer Palmer. No, the one that got me was it was the McBruns. I think I took photo and sent it. And it was like, it was done with such affection. So it's at the start, you've got the Bruns all sitting, or the McBruns sitting having in their house, and the bairn comes and goes like, up here. Oh, I just heard Grandpa's going to have a fight. Up here, what? He's going to have a fight? Oh, totally, all right. Well, let's get rid of his house and stop this fight. And it's like, I'll take his boxing gloves. It's like, I'll take some, you know what I mean, a towel, So they all go around and they burst in, and obviously it's Grandpa's sitting on the pan, and it's like, oh, you mean Grandpa was having a shite? And it's like, yeah, I really like that. A magazine publisher for 27 years. Not a notepad and a wad of tenors, oh dear. Yamaha ones, I didn't know that. The tremolo on the Vox is completely mad. I've never seen anything like it. When you push down on the arm, the fulcrum pushes down in the spring that's mounted through the depth of the body. That sounds like the one, the Watkins Rapier one. Compressing it, not stretching it. I don't know. Black Bag, I've seen that as well, yes. And yeah, I just, they vids are pure annoying. I don't know. Yes, I think what happens is I got the first Viz book. I remember actually it was about 2 years ago. I remember buying a Viz book when I've not seen a fucking Viz book decades, and I bought it and I left it in Scott the Bastard's camper and forgot about it, and then I fell out with him, so I never got to it. And eventually it took me a couple of years to find it, and I don't know if it was the same book. I got a couple of them, and then they were like £2 each. So I was like, okay, well. And then I found about another. It was £5 for £1, and I got another couple last week. They were 50 pence each. It's like I've kind of maxed out there's a certain amount of viz you could read before you go, right. I think maybe one book a year is the way to go. I have no idea. I say don't watch the news and don't. It's just terrifying. It's just like you can't obviously you can't get political, but I mean I don't know. See what the orange one's been accused of now. I mean this is stuff. But basically, he's been accused of something that even it would be beyond anything Mr. Whitesnake would joke about. It's like even if you were trying to be the creepiest and most horrible thing you could possibly think of, it's worse. It makes you sick. Don't look it up. You don't want to know what he's done basically. And Pete Townsend, I just don't think Pete Townsend wasn't on the same level no matter what he did. Oh. Got a compilation of the adverts. I think there's top tips ones too. That was the way to go for me. Oh, shalom. I don't know if it's, I don't know. Does that mean hello? If it does, hello. Hammer or screwdriver. Metapositive. As long as the van ain't rocking, the tar paint talking. The van ain't rocking, the tar paint slopping. Yep. The family examiner small adds Krautrock says a present from Amandula with food. Right, okay. Yes. Yes. And the problem is, it's like you can sign to them on Facebook, and you occasionally, I think you get one of the the adverts or the readers' letters a day sort of thing on Facebook, and that's about right, because then you can remember it. Check out Galaxy Cake Bars and Penguin Milkshake Cake Bars. Sound good? Yep. A shaggy used tarp spiel. Have you ever, Kit Kat, do you know this, the Mac Lads, and their song, I think it's called Sheep. You like that? If the van is rocking, Mr. Whitesnake's listening to the radio, probably not playing the guitar. Oh. I made a huge mistake the other day about, like they still call them cabanos, but it's like the long sort of stringy cabanos you get in Lidl. And they were like pure reduced. It was like only 40 pence, and I was really looking forward to getting them as I had them at home, and I kind of forgot them. I was like, oh, that's great, look at fucking vegan, so they're just going in the bin immediately. So has nobody bought any more guitars this week then? I nearly bought a Thunderbird yesterday, but it was one of those ones where it had only been on for 10 minutes, and it was like the answer was, yes, it's still available. I've had quite a lot of interest, and you're like, all right. Hi, Stevie, but you just know, you could eat the whole packet in there. I don't know. I saw a thing. I think it was a YouTube thing. They were talking about what. Oh, you get your Honda Explorer. Yes. Yes, I've got the one with the Telecaster thing on it, which is a copy. It's got to be a copy of the. Yeah, maybe not actually. You get a year from it. I think it's 1983 that Washburn did the A5, which has a telly plate on it. A Gutelli in a guitar shop. A Gutelli. All right, okay. A Gutelli. Eh. 5 packets of cakes a day. Yes, I can imagine. You put a P-Bass copy away, the type with the big guard and the single telly pickup, looked absolutely cracking. Nice, play me mic too. What is this, an old Japanese one? Is that the one I want if it's white? I'm on the hunt for one. I sold stupidly the white P-Bass, which was fucking amazing. The one with the V on the headstock, that was fucking brilliant, and I sold it. So I need to buy another one because I really want a white P-Bass. I put a fuzz in this to make up for it, but so I need a white one. Stevie, get a caravan? Wow. Clam Caravan. It's a Spinal Tap song. Oh, it sounds good. No, it's not, I don't want the Tobacco Burst one. I know what you mean, but the just call them mid-price, or the higher end Korean from the 90s. Yeah, I want one. I basically want that white Tempest Strat, but a P-Bass. Basically that. Nice chop saw, yeah. I think I just threw my chop saw out. I don't even know what happened to my chop saw. Silverchair, I think they might have played Download. I don't know. I can't. I don't listen to music anymore. Right? But new Epiphone. Waiting to be collected to go back. What happened to it, Dave? Probably would buy an Epiphone Lucille. Always wanted one. We've reached the point where nothing interesting in the market this weekend. I know you need to get into your slowly. It's like I look through them, and even go into guitar. There's not any guitars I find interesting, or the ones I do find interesting are, like fucking stupid headless things. And it's $2,000 or $5,000 like that, right? Well, so I'm not that interesting, but at least it's better than just another fucking Strat. You know what I mean? It's like the old Sting signature bass. I know the one you mean. Yeah, Sting's a dick. Phil would be a good shot. Phil doesn't have thingy. Doesn't have decent strings on him. If you love him so much, you should buy him. Epiphone always disappoints. No, my Epiphone SG, which I gave to my wee cousin, which is now actually I saw it being played at a concert, like a big end of school thing in can't remember, Montana, Little Rock, Arkansas, somewhere like that, I don't know, whatever it is. But that was a much better guitar than it should have been. The new stuff, I can't do. The thing is, I'm getting a Tonewood cradle. I have seen Mr. Whitesnake, my Tonewood cradle, obviously, with the neck-mounted Tonewood cradle, yes, with a wee shitty MIDI keyboard stuck to it. Acoustic. I was going to say I know someone that had the Epiphone Hummingbird, but he's on just now. Andy there, Neon Tetrahedron, had a. It's like, I think you should be able to do this. And he had was it the torch on his phone, and he stuck it in below the bridge, and you could see through the wood. And it's like, to be honest, I don't know. I don't think so, but I especially I don't like those hummingbirds. I've had several of them, and they're shit. It's like people buy it. When you're buying an acoustic guitar, you buy the Yamaha acoustic guitar at the level you can afford. So if you can only afford £120 for the cheapest one, just buy that. If you've got £200, buy the £200 Yamaha. That's the one where none of the money's been spent on making it look cool. It's been made to make a good guitar. Whereas you can buy the £500 Epiphone Hummingbird, which is the sort of same quality as the £200 Yamaha. Yep. Epiphone flame top dip. I'm not sure about the DC. Mind you, I've got the Washburn wings, so I'm used to the shape of them. You don't have any with an eagle on it, Kit Kats. That's not good enough. I heard of a Fingy bass. I picked up a Mini 5 kind of cool. Tried the guitars they made. I've never heard of Fingy. Got a sipping 70s Epiphone 12 string. That could be a Terada built thing though. the electric, you could be right, Stevie, but again, I think if you go back to the 70s or the 80s, they were Japanese, so they were probably good. Not that I've ever seen one. I think you have to pay an awful lot for those. But I really just noticed when I was looking for basses, I mean, I suppose you can say that it wasn't interesting. I'm just not interested in most guitars. I mean, that's fine. I would just demand something different. I think, I mean, I'd put this in guitar. And if I didn't know anything about this bass, put this in guitar. This is the first thing I'm going to go, what the fuck is that? And it's got a fuzz pedal on it. Who painted that? My God, that's the best thing ever in this shop. Pretty easily, which kind of works with probably most of my guitars, which I really noticed when I was moving. And obviously I had to get every single one and look at every single one of them. And it's like, I don't like that many guitars. Sounds stupid, doesn't it? But, you know, I could go on eBay or go on Facebook Marketplace and there's guitars you go like up here. No, there's no guitars I want. And somebody's got, oh, what, you don't want that American Strat there for 50 quid? Oh, it's not 50 quid, is it? It's $2,000. I don't really, but I don't. If I did have $2,000 to spend on a guitar, I wouldn't spend $2,000 on a guitar. Do you know what I mean? Maybe if it was one of those Yamaha basses. But I wouldn't, even then, I wouldn't do it. So it's good to just be whatever you're into. Pack up my guitars away so I could get plastering done, gutted, but I realise I only have 8 now. Is that because you've sold more or you've only got 8 in the house? Play Metallica, I don't really know how to play any Metallica. Oh, I should be, what, the fuzz pedal should be playing now, what is it? Oh, yep, I get back to the guy who probably wasn't great. I think I shaved off the saddle, wasn't I? I think it was meant for acoustics, a piece of mic too, right? Okay, $2,000, get high in Hoors and mediocre coke. Oh, there you go. Twin neck bass or flat. It's like, oh, nice. I have around 50 guitars like that. Probably. I'll tell them at one point, except the hours pretty 20. Oh, what, the one that I want? Aye. That was the one guitar when I moved from Lenzie to Milton Campsie. It was that, however many years ago that was. It was like, I don't need any more guitars. The only one I need is an A20 to go with my bass. Though the ones that never get played, so my guitar fund is very healthy. Yeah, I understand. But the thing is, it's one of those things, say I sold, I don't know, you sell 10 guitars, so you're sitting there with like, treat yourself some stuff and you're still sitting there with like $3,000 to buy a guitar. I just don't think I would. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if there's anything I would want that much. I wouldn't, fucking, there's no chance I'm going to buy like a new Gibson or something like, fuck that. What one the same as everyone else's? It would have to be completely unique. It would have to be mental. But the thing that really annoyed me was the number of guitars I like. The things like the Washburn 4 series, they're fucking amazing. If one of them was on Facebook Marketplace, it would be the best guitar on Marketplace. It's kind of bizarre. Dungeon Cradle. You put $3,500 in 2 acoustics, that's true. I don't know, but then again, I think I could maybe argue acoustics would be more worth it than, I don't know. If you're getting old, Stevie, sometimes that's it, innit? You know what I mean? Just don't turn the heating on for a whole year. It's Dungeon Cradle. Yeah, do that. Sorry, sell me the A20. Or unless you really want a black and gold one. When did I put a fuzz in this bass? I think it was just after I sold the white one, and I thought, oh shit, I didn't really want to sell it. Was it 2 weeks ago? This one I've actually left the pedal top on it though. It's got Tell me what the knobs do. So you can this. It makes it less confusing. Every time I've showed anyone any of the other ones, everyone's like, "Oh God, look at the fucking knobs. How do you work that?" And it's like now you can see it's just 2 volumes and a tone, the same as any other bass, but it's got the fuzz pedals. I made it all stereo and all that because I'm an idiot. Kit Kat said he have a massive eagle landing on a mat tattooed on his chest. Because if you that, maybe do a deal. The Gibson was a prototype. I don't know if I remember you telling me about the Gibson. Oh, 6 hours, Stevie. Everything will change. I know someone that just went 60 recently, and it's like everything changed. You know, you're getting old when you're acoustic, night number your electrics. Totally. That's it, yeah, totally. I mean, either old or you're a folk musician. And she got love like Christmas. Oh, did you do a video of the fitting of that fuzz? I don't know. I might have. I think I think I did a video. Whether I actually put the video out or not, I don't remember. I've got it nailed quite down now. I'm quite good at putting fuzzes and basses. Basically, both my Sabbath basses are going to get fuzzes put in them because why would you not? I love that. I mean, I just basically don't need to carry that fucking effects board with me. If I'm doing a gig, I can just do it. I'm using two basses because I've got down tuned, and I was sitting there. You know, you get your drop D tuners. Yeah. Well, I think they can do more than that, so I could probably put 4 drop tuners that drop it down to C sharp, and just have one bass and go dunk 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 dunk, and it would be down. And I was thinking about these things. It'd be silly, but the reason I don't just do that, because I mean, really, how long is it going to take? If I was to tune this down to C sharp, it is, plug it into the tuner. That amount of time. But the reason I didn't do it is because you're putting a fucking shitload of different tension in the neck. I don't think you'd be able to play it. I do have currently both my basses are set up in such a way that if the other bass breaks, I can tune the other one to whatever the other one is, if that makes sense. Oh. The number of acoustics is growing. Clocking a D18, I'm just getting all the Martins now. But down and occupy my mind. Yeah, I didn't get a video at the gig. A couple of people took I've got a couple of songs. Sloaney was there. Got a couple of videos. One of the best is to live it. She does your best to take the trouser and teeth. I know. So that does seem a bit like a fucking. You get a slightly different window of the world from the last year, really, in it. And that was quite a fucker. At least you're not 44 and dead though. That's better. Did you know? Metrophobia is a feeling of strong aversion to someone reciting. Really? Yeah, I've got that song on that as well. Going down, 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 boom, boom. Oh, I saw the vid. Yes, I think I actually I used one of your photos for. I'm not allowed to touch the Facebook page. But one of your photos is used with the thanks for everyone for coming thing. I think it went down well. I think we've got another gig out of it as well. We're playing at Halloween with the Swampborn Assassins, who Bandit Craig's in as well, so we'll be supporting them. And I'm going to suggest that we all go dressed as Ozzy, as in like all 4 of us. So it's like, we could dress up as Sabbath. I was like, fuck, I think we should all just go dressed as Ozzy. It'd be hilarious. Hey, Ross, Southlice, I'm just about to give up. That's me at 10 o'clock. That's when I turn into Pumpkin. Oh, honestly, Mr. Whitesnake, Sloaney's a hottie. Yep. Everything right down apart from the Guns N' Roses t-shirt. But Sloaney, aye. There was just one of all of us. I didn't use it. It was a photo of all of us. But no, J-Pax wasn't there. If that's what you're insinuating at, Kit Kats. I think if there might have been a fight between him and Sloaney if there was. Oh. You know, you're the cheap guitars and the guy next to you is a tailor and the strap. But the thing is, that happens to be all the time, Alex. It's like every gig I'm at, and it's like even going up here, what kind of bass is that? It's a war. I've not seen one of them, but I've got a Washburn. It's like, you know, I've got like a brand spanking new Fender jazz bass like that. Oh. Dead interested in it. Oh. Oh, I forgot about that guy doing the mad dancing. I don't know. I don't know who he was. He was significantly. What I do know was he was the same height as me. He was a good foot taller than Andy, and we were on the stage. He was on the ground. Do you play Pulling Teeth? I do not know. Taylor's Road of the Mojo. I mean, is it the decision you have to make? Do you have to be one or the other? Do you have to be a Taylor or a Martin fan? Billy said, I'm old and grey and certain light. Well, it looks like Stuart Granger. Yeah. Don't know who Stuart Granger is, but yeah. Right. Well, cheers everyone. I'm going to give up. It's not as much fun doing it without the Bucky. In fact, to be honest, it probably is. Improper Dancing in the middle of the street. Improper Dancing. I fucking love that album. Electric Six Fire is a fantastic record. Improper Dancing. To make talk. Well, I think it's just you just need to be a little bit more considerate. I mean, I'm quite tall, so I'm at downloads and I'm standing there, and if I'm standing there and everyone's that height, I'll kind of, you know what I mean? You stand so you can still see, but I'm not going to stand like that if everyone else is dead short. So if you're a tall person, it's kind of your job to be a bit more slouchy, you know what I mean? Or take a seat. Oh, sorry, Ben. Yeah, no, I'm just about to give up on it. Maybe next Sunday I'll feel like a Bucky. How is your Flynn Amps Rory Gallagher pedal? I noticed Craig was using his last night, or at the gig. If you're that tall, stand behind a pillar. Well, yeah, I think it's just honest. Yes. It's just a nice thing to do. That's a nice bass. It's an Encore. But obviously my pals painted it. J-Pax painted it and added pickups and a fuzz pedal. But this is an Indian Encore bass. Up at 8 AM too, thanks for the stream. Good week. Love you all. Yep. So I think that's an invite for him, Mr. Whitesnake's tarp there. I don't think Mr. Whitesnake wouldn't kick you out either. Right, so rock on. I shall see you all during the weekend.